Segment 1 is an easy one for us because it is Survivor Series. Now, normally, when we do these episodes, when we review or we talk about a pay-per-view that happened, I leave these for last because I feel like despite everything we talk about, at the end of the day, the backbone, the spirit and nature of this podcast is the fact that we are a pro wrestling. Oh, I got something stuck on my foot here. Yeah. We are a pro wrestling podcast first and foremost. So, despite all the conversations that we may or may not have, we always leave the wrestling as the main event. Tonight, that son of a bitch is curtain jerking. He's opening the show because I can't wait an hour. I've waited 2 weeks. I'm not waiting an hour and change to get to this. Okay? I refuse to fucking do it. So we're here to talk about the Survivor Series. I'm not pulling up any fancy graphics. That's all you get right there. The name of the show is right there. Okay? We're not pulling any extra, pictures or videos or anything like that. We're here to talk about the Survivor Series as a goddamn whole. And Dave, you said you were curious.
What I said.
You said that you were curious where I was going to head with this. So would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
So how we like you talk about match one? Like you starting just with match one?
Just
or
right now as a whole.
Overall,
but without getting too specific, because we'll get specific in the matches, but overall as a whole, where did you land on this show? What did you think of Survivor Series 2025?
I think the best way to say it, without trying to be dramatic, I mean, I was kind of bored. Like I don't know, like I don't know which way. I'm interested in where you're gonna go with this, but I found myself watching but not being attentive, and I don't know if that's because of the multi-man match, the war games. Like we talked about how the war games just kind of sometimes isn't very interesting or whatever the case may be, but
right.
It just felt. I mean, there was one match that really I kind of enjoyed, and other than that, it was like. I don't know, man. Just. I mean, I do know. It was just boring. It wasn't that good. The 2 single matches. One of them was good. The other one, we said it during our original conversation. Like we don't even know why this is happening.
Yeah, we ended up talking about ourselves more.
We didn't even talk about that match, to be honest with you. And then the open and the close. Just a multi-man match. If they drove any stories, I'm not gonna lie to you here, man. I was so detached from this that like it really is hard for me to recall a lot of the stuff that happened because
you're in the majority.
I was a little annoyed. Like I remember at one point, like I was holding my son and I'm like messing with him, right? Because I sent you the picture of him watching it when I first started. He was just like looking at it, so I'm like, I'm hyped. Like this is gonna be fun. And then I was okay for the first one. Kind of.
I'm so upset. This was my nephew's first WWE pay-per-view. But go on, yeah.
But yeah, we can get into it more. I'm talking in circles here a little bit, but I was just a little underwhelmed, man. I don't know.
You're in the majority. You're in the majority. I'm telling you right now, you're in the majority.
I don't like being in the majority.
I bypassed detached and bored. I bypassed it. I flew straight into an anger area. I was in a bright red room where everything was hot and clammy and everything that could make you uncomfortable and life was in there. I had someone chewing in my ear. It was just
That's terrible.
I hated the show with a goddamn visceral passion. I hated it. I hated it so goddamn much. And there was one match in this entire show where I was even more upset because this match happened on this show. Because I knew the minute it happened, everyone's gonna go, this pay-per-view sucked. They were gonna incorporate the whole show. Meanwhile, this one match really was not bad at all. But I knew that because everyone just speaks in generality. So I knew that as a whole, it's gonna, yeah. So this PLE, because I refuse to call it a pay-per-view at this point. I'm not gonna have a problem calling this one a PLE. This one opened up with the women's war game match. I'm not gonna put down who was in it because I don't want to get any on them. So there were 2 war games matches on this pay-per-view. And before we move forward with discussing the war games, I only speak for me. You can speak on this if you wish. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, both of these war game matches, both of them, as Shannon Sharp would say, PAUF, both of them, garbage, hot, flaming donkey shit, all of them, both of them. I almost
watch this shit now. I wonder what he's gonna say.
I almost went to Etsy and got custom toilet paper with the Survivor Series War Game logo on it, so I could just consistently wipe my ass for the entire holiday season with this logo's name on it. This was hot shit. And I want to preface before we get into these matches, my opinion of these 2 War Games matches had absolutely nothing to do with blood and guts, because that's all I kept saying. I kept seeing. Well, after blood and guts, after what they did, I couldn't even watch this. I'm not including that in anything because these 2 things are not a canon event. They don't exist in the same world. They're serving 2 different masters. For the kind of people that get into AEW Blood and Guts, that was the perfect match for them. We sat here and said that we didn't think that match was all that terrible. I said verbatim that Blood and Guts to me was a match that had the right idea. They took it too far. I would have dialed it back a smidge, but at least it had the right idea. It's supposed to be brutal. It's supposed to be disgusting. It's supposed to be violent. They were too violent, but they were there, right? They're in the room. I don't include anything that Blood and Guts did in my criticism of these 2 matches because I've seen them do better matches than this. This wasn't it, player. This wasn't it at all. The women's match. And I'm not going to go through the names because I don't give a fuck. But the person that I would like to set on fire is Becky Lynch. I need her out of here, bro. I need her the fuck out. Fuck out. I need her out. I need her gone. Someone, I no longer think that it's a gimmick. I no longer think it's a gimmick. I think she's for real. I think she's out here. She's shooting for real. I really, truly believe that she believes in her head that she's Stone Cold Steve Austin. That she's just the greatest of all time to ever live. And it's not just her saying it. ESPN said it. Bleacher Report said it. She's not the only one saying it. I'm starting to believe it. If for 2 straight pay-per-views, my wife has sat right next to me and has destroyed Becky Lynch. The WrestlePalooza match, which was, I think it was a WrestlePalooza. Am I thinking of the wrong pay-per-view? Which is the one where she had the triple threat with Lyra Valkyria and was it Bayley? And then the match that she had with Nikki Bella after that. I tried. I didn't have my whole heart in it, but I tried to defend Becky because we talked about it here on the show about cartoonish selling. That she's selling like a wild asshole. Just she will get like tapped and she just throws her whole fucking head and arm back like it's fucking cartoonish. And I went, surely in the fucking War Games match, she's experienced enough and wise enough to know that it is very important to take this match fucking seriously. And then this twat gets into the fucking ring. And there's the spot that everyone talked about where Charlotte's smushing her face into the ringing cage and she's doing the Jonah Hill gif. And I wanted to tear my fucking skin off. I said, what the fuck is that? Io does the fucking, and I knew this was going to happen. I said it.
I saw it. I'm like, oh, here's his spot.
They're not going to be
his spot he was looking for.
The minute Rhea Ripley came out with a custom Io Sky garbage can, I was like, we're fucked. We're fucked. And then she does the goofy spot. And I said, there's no way they can make this goofier. No, they found a way to make it goofier. Because she does the fucking spot off the cage, knocks out, she's won. She knocks out 8 other girls. And Becky, who backed out of the spot specifically so she could emote. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? They treated this match like it was a fucking cartoon. They treated this match like a fucking joke. My wife noticed the shark cage was missing. Now, apparently, on the pre-show, they had made mention that they weren't going to do the shark cage this year, that they were going to do entrances. I was pissed off at this pay-per-view 2 minutes from the start time of this pay-per-view because I didn't mind the entrances. I kind of got a little excited about it because the shark cage I get, they're in the cage, it's built up, they're building it up, but with the entrances, you don't know who's coming out. There's an element of surprise to that. I was like, all right, I could take that. I didn't realize that meant that they were good because everyone kept saying, oh, it's like the Royal Rumble. And in my head, I'm like, no, not like the Royal Rumble. Clearly not like the Royal Rumble because with the Royal Rumble, when you have your entrance, it works in your favor to take your time. Why would you rush to the ring in the Royal Rumble? Let them kick the shit out of each other whilst I make my way slowly jogging down the ramp. And then the entrances happened at War Games.
And it felt like the
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came in my head. I'm like, oh, this is like a little Royal Rumble vibe.
Everyone came out in full entrance gear. They did all of their poses. They slap in 5. They walked to the ring. They took no urgency. Your partner is getting fucking sodomized in the ring right now, and you're out here just taking it. Remember when everyone made fun of Jeff Hardy because he didn't run in, but he still did his dance before he actually did it? All of them did it. The men did the same shit. They all took their time making their way to the ring. They got the full ring gear jackets on. They got to take the. Why the fuck did you put the jacket on to walk to the ring to take it the fuck off to enter a cage? You had your jacket on for 4 seconds. Why did you even bother putting the fucking thing on? You're at war. What the fuck is happening? No urgency. Nobody gave a fuck. They gave the women I believe they gave the man advantage to the, I can't remember which direction it was, but one of them got the babyface advantage, which doesn't make sense in War Games, but they had to make it make sense because the other match has the heel advantage, which is the way it's supposed to be. Actually, now that I think about it, it was the men that had the babyface advantage, and so the women's
match. Brock came out last, didn't he?
Right. Yeah, they had that. That's another thing that people are confused about. How do they have the advantage if the other team's guy comes out last? Because that means you have your 5 in the ring before they have their 5 in the ring. And
I'm confused about that.
There were so many people. I don't understand how that's an advantage because then the last guy to come out, he's fresh. He can come in and just be. I said, right, he's fresh. The other 4 in there are fucked. That's why it's an advantage.
I don't even know why you're entertaining that shit. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Because so if I have to entertain this entire fucking PLE, I might as well. I might as well
indulge yourself, I guess.
Jesus Christ, I might as fucking well. So this whole match was Lash Legend was in it. Everybody was like, "Oh, she showed out. She didn't do shit." AJ,
she showed out.
They said Lash Legend showed out.
I gotta fucking get on these forums. You be talking like I need to read this shit, man. Because AJ
Lee won the match.
Yes,
and didn't do a fucking thing.
Wait a minute, no, we kind of said as she should though. They did exactly what the fuck we not. Listen, that's the one thing they got right. She laid low the entire time.
But my issue isn't that they did that. We said that's exactly what they should do. My issue is that if you were gonna do that, why the fuck did she win the match? Because I know in their heads they're saying, "We'll have AJ Lee beat Becky Lynch so that it sets up AJ and Becky." You needed her to tap out to set that up. There's nothing you could have done in the match that would have given Becky a.
I don't think it was for the two of them. I think it's for AJ.
No, like specifically. Christ.
Specifically.
So I guess we'll just fuck everybody else in that ring. So they just
the fuck. Of course, who else is in that ring?
Apparently nobody. Apparently they were in the ring with just a whole bunch of fucking nobodies. Like, we're going to put women in it, but we only really care about the other two. So everybody else just kind of chill out for a little bit, lay out. Then they had oh my God, the spot where Io's on top of the cage and they have to get the garbage can to her. So AJ picks up the garbage can.
Picks her up.
She can't reach.
Oh, there you go. That was her other moment right there. That was another one.
Yeah. Her moment was asking Rhea for upsies.
Yeah, upsies. Yeah, for sure.
Upsies.
Yeah.
Bring me upsies.
What's hotter than seeing Rhea Ripley pick up a petite woman to hand another petite woman a trash can?
Oh, I'm not.
This shit sells itself. I really don't even understand what the problem is.
I'm not even saying it wasn't something that was Pornhub worthy. I'm just saying that I didn't need her to win the match. Is what I'm saying. What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the women's War Game match?
I already gave my thoughts. That shit was boring. Honestly,
no, you said that the whole thing was boring, but I'm trying to tease. I'm trying to tease the audience and trying to figure out what it was you felt was the great match. Because I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's pretty. It should be obvious, shouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. It should be.
It should be, even that match. And I'm glad you said what you said. But even that match kind of got tainted. But we'll get there. But anyway.
Now, I would also like to pat myself in the back and saying the order they booked it was the way that I said that they probably should book it before, in the way they did it.
Yeah.
But
no, it was a War Games match, and again, I know you don't like the comparison, but we can't. I don't like to look at it through the eyes of ours. I do like to look at it as the average person, or at least as much as the average person as possible. And if the comparisons were coming up between what is it? War Games and Blood and Guts. Then that's kind of where we have to. No, that's where we should entertain it, because they are happening around the same time. As much as you want to say one is not a competitor to the other because one is so much bigger than the other,
can't put one was bigger than the other.
No. I'm not saying you are.
They're serving two different masters here. The audience that AEW is different.
Sure, I'm not saying that you are. That's not words that you said. I'm just saying we have to they are competing with each other in a way, especially when you position these matches the way that they are. So if I had to choose one, which I hate to do this, but the Blood and Guts was way more entertaining. Call it over the top if you'd like. That's perfectly fine. But for me, this type of match, 2 fucking rings. Listen, you had me at 2 rings. I'm expecting this shit to be over the top. Otherwise, what's the point of 2 rings? One's got thumbtacks, the other's got glass. Which one are you getting thrown in? Like, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of hardcore wrestling. If you are, then that's fine. But that was arguably more fun to watch than this shit. I mean, it was just WWE and 2 rings. And I don't mind WWE. I come on here all the time and say I prefer it because of the storyline. It may drag. You may not get as much wrestling or stuff like that, but I prefer the storylines and the characters and stuff like that. That's why I like this. But these type of matches aren't for those type of setups. You got to get nutty. You got to get crazy. And Io off the top with a trash can It's just not crazy enough.
That's not it, bro.
It's not it.
Especially
You've done
since
it.
it's like the
You
third or
love
fourth
EO.
year in a row. Yeah.
And listen, you can do it every year in a row, but if there was more going on, then it would just be a traditional thing. And WWE is known for their traditional stuff, so that's okay. I don't even hate on that part. You just got to do more, and it's sloppy. It's just sloppy. So if you're gonna be
That's
sloppy,
what got me. Yeah.
if you're going to be sloppy, that's fine. Then let me see some hardcore. Then if I'm gonna be forced to get this, then give me a little bit of this. And someone coming to the ring with a trash can to like bop you on the head with it slightly, it's okay. It was all right. It was boring. I lost interest like halfway through the match, and then I saw Io go up, and I saw her pick her. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here's the jump that he hates, and that happened. And then I'm like, oh look, AJ actually won the match, and I'm sitting there like, what did she really do? Like I find myself like, damn, I should probably rewatch this, but then I'm like, damn, then I'd have to sit through it again. Like, nah,
yeah, exactly.
I'm good. Like, whatever. I'll take the risk of looking like an asshole on the pod by not knowing the play-by-play because just so that I don't have to sit through this again because I'm not doing it.
Not necessary.
Nah, fuck that.
Now it's almost as if at this point of the show that everyone got together and just said, you know what? It's the old man's last pay-per-view. Let's just dumb it down a little bit so he can shine. Let's let him shine a little bit. Because up next was the Intercontinental Championship match between John Cena and the hometown hero, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. This was the match for me. After what I just saw, and this is where we are in life. I just saw the War Games match. Women, men, doesn't matter. I just saw a War Games match. And immediately after is Dominic Mysterio. And out loud I said, thank God. Thank the good Lord above.
That boy's working, man.
That Rey Mysterio was able to nut out one of the greatest luchadors of all time. To come out here. Rey Mysterio was so great. He was able to yeet out another great luchador.
We are dead ass watching real life Gohan. Like he is real life Gohan. Eddie is Piccolo. Like this is just insane what we're watching here. This guy is turning into one of the greatest fucking
how could you
technicians, dude. Yes. This guy in the ring, he knows how to tell a fucking story, man.
Remember we were saying that one of the biggest problems we had with Dom in his early run, not necessarily just with Ray, but even in his first real run with the Judgment Day, where he always was in the wrong spot. He would fuck up a run-in. His timing was really fucked up. His timing with John, he's worked so much that his timing with John was out of this fucking world. And when I saw that finish, chef's kiss. Now, as you said earlier, that middle part started to drag a little bit. They were going a little on the longer side of that middle part. You right about that. Absolutely. But that finish.
No, I don't even think this was I didn't say this match dragged on.
You said even this match had a little like it wasn't perfect.
No. So I will get into my gripe now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
So to his timing, I think it was awesome. Even the awkward part of the getting on top in the powerbomb, at the way they did that at first, I'm like, oh shit, he might have dropped them. But then as it started to play out, I'm like, oh, okay, they planned that spot. Like that's kind of dope. Like, yo, all right, we're gonna watch this shit and we're gonna play with it. Like that
took a bomb from them.
Bro, that was so like they had me sold. I'm like, oh shit, like he's buying time, like Cena, like is being the leader of this match, and he's buying time because he might have cracked him a little bit. But no, it was all to play, and all of it was planned out. So that was amazing. And then they were started to go. But my gripe comes in. I don't think this was the time for it, and it really frustrates me because I see why they did it. I don't disagree that they did it. I even went and saw the live because I'm convinced they're fucking with the audio. So I don't even know what an explosion is anymore. They even have this little meter, this bullshit meter, to show you how loud it is because you can't really
how many decibels.
Yeah, because they can't tell because I think they control the audio in the building so much that it's like really hard to tell when there was a huge pop. So I'm referring to Liv Morgan finally coming back. And I've been saying, you cut me off the screen? What the fuck? No. And I've been saying for a while that when she comes back, this place is gonna erupt. And it fell flat. And I don't think it's because the people weren't excited to see her. I just don't feel like this was the moment that she should come back. But it did play to remember one of our biggest questions is how was Cena? I think we almost unanimously agreed Cena should take the L here. This would be massive for Ray. But
it was one of those differences of what we think should happen, but then
but it's like there's no way that he's gonna do it. And I know someone said, "Well, what if there's an interference?" Or I think someone suggested. I
think in the comments somebody had suggested Liv Morgan costing Dominic the match.
Right, but no, there was Finn. Someone suggested that Finn Balor would cost him stuff like that. So I think that would have been better than cashing out on Liv here. But for what it's worth, I don't know. I just feel like her return could have been way more impactful.
It's so funny. If I could for just a second, for those of you who either don't remember or didn't see it, it all starts with that fall on the outside. John and Dom are fighting on the outside. Dom goes onto the guardrail like he's going to give John a head scissors to the floor, and they undercut it. What I mean by that is that
it when looks he puts like
the legs, when Dom puts his legs here to turn him around, when Dom spins, he undercuts instead of sliding to the side. He kind of went straight down and hit. He took a high neck bump, basically, almost like John folded him up on the floor, and that's when Dom did the sell job. He's holding the neck and the whole shebang. Here come the referees. They're backing John off. It looked legit. They did everybody's body.
I thought he botched that shit.
Was out of this world perfect. John winds up inside of the ring. I still can't put into words just how that's John Cena, man. He gets into the ring.
I love how you checked over your shoulder.
Yeah, gotta make sure. You gotta make sure.
He's like,
you gotta make sure.
That boy good.
That boy good. Don't worry, I have her blocked on the social media. She can't see
this. She can't see the celebration.
Big Mommy Cool comes in, gives John Cena a Tejana bomb. She gets him off the ground. Boom! Here comes Roxanne. Pop rocks. Boom! She sold a cold red for Roxanne. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Dom comes in, slides in. He goes for the cover. The referee fucking won't do it. Wait a minute, you lying bitch. You lying.
He refused.
You were over here telling me that you were injured, and they're all going back and forth. Referee notices that the girls are there, so he turns over. You, get out of here. And they go, what? And the girls say, what? That's crazy. You can't do this. They leave. John goes for an AA kick out. They're doing their shit. Here comes Finn and JD. We knew there was going to be fuckery, but this was beautiful fuckery. Finn and JD come in. John's fighting for his goddamn life. He ends up stiffing the absolute shit out of JD. JD gets his fucking whole chest caved to fucking. He's trying to breathe. He got a pain in his chest, and he can't breathe. He's trying to breathe. They throw his ass into the corner. They throw Finn into the corner. John goes for the fucking double AA. I don't care how old he is. He's in phenomenal shape. He's still got two grown men on his goddamn shoulder. And instead of doing the Edge and Big Show one, because Edge didn't want to take Big Show on his tummy, because he wants to live another few years. He threw Edge first, then he threw Big Show. Not here. They said, nah, give it to me. So he drops both of them. Boom. They roll out. all of a sudden,
Props on JD, by the way, because he had to hit that top spot perfect, and he nailed that top spot perfect.
He fucking nailed it. Oh, that's the part I forgot. They both went for their little top rope moves or whatever, and John rolled out of the way. That's how he got him. Then the music plays. Here comes Liv. Liv comes down the aisle. Now Liv, I still want to hate Liv because she keeps doing stuff that makes me not hate her. We just said that the women's war games, everyone took their sweet time and everybody was bullshit. Liv Morgan is returning. This is the part where she's supposed to take it in. She took it in for 2 seconds and then she started running. I said, "Oh my God,
so rushed.
Somebody with some goddamn urgency." She starts running down.
The wrong person.
She's eyeing John. She's eyeing Dominic. She slaps Dominic, which I think all of us saw coming. But then she jumps on John,
which was weird.
Then she does the eyeball thing, like the whole serious thing. They reversed it on John when John did it to Cody. She comes off of John, and then hits him in the nuts. Boom, throws him into the rope. As she's throwing him in the rope, Dom hits the rope. 619, boom. As John sails up, Liv's waiting with the belt. Bam, Dom's already on top rope. Frog splash, 1, 2, 3. Perfect execution.
Was amazing.
Perfect execution. We were giving Dom, 3 or 4 years ago, we're like, Dom is just the wrong place. He can't get it. Woo! That boy good.
Impeccable right now.
That boy good.
That boy right now.
Beautiful finish. And the Intercontinental Championship changes hands. It goes back to Dom. Round of applause for John laying down for his last pay-per-view, giving the young guy a shot, giving the young guy a big win leading into WrestleMania season. Well done.
He is doing this regardless of what this road looked like in the beginning and the middle. He is really doing his due diligence and taking that star power. And if it ends the way we assume it's going to end, he is giving the, like, who was the last superstar who went out that actually gave the rub like they were supposed to? Because in my opinion, it wasn't Taker, because he gave it to Brock, and I wasn't really.
No, that wasn't his last match, though.
It doesn't matter to me. That was the biggest thing.
Oh, when they gave the streak to Brock.
That was the biggest thing.
Because technically his last match was AJ, which, by the way, I was supposed to see it.
I mean, that's still a rub. I'm not trying to undersell that. That's still a rub to somebody, but like, I don't know. This, like, even AJ wasn't as young in the game as Dom is right now.
No.
So I mean, I don't know. I love this. Yeah. This is amazing.
Now this next match.
Oh God.
Can I put my card? Can I put my cards on the table? Can I be honest?
We skip it?
Like, I did. No, I did.
You didn't even watch it?
I didn't watch it. Now hold on.
But you gotta watch just to see Stephanie, bro.
Hold on. Oh no, I got plenty of footage of Stephanie. I can watch Stephanie Vaquera anytime I want. That's the beauty of where we live now. Back in the old days, the Attitude Era, I needed to watch. It's probably the only reason I sat through some of that Sable stuff, but I digress. But I here's why I didn't watch it. The women's war games fucked me up.
Took you out?
John and Dom brought me back. So I said, whatever brain cells I have left, I'm going to save it for the men's war games. And I didn't make it through most of the war games, the men's war games, with those brain cells. But I at least wanted to get a head start. I've seen enough Nikki Bella in my lifetime. I didn't need to sit through it. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it? You can tell me what happened. There you go.
I saw her do her move, and
I saw that clip online. Yeah, the Devil's Kick that she just completely just.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm completely avoiding Nikki Bella. To be honest with you, ever since she's come back, I don't understand why she's still here. I think at this point, she is doing so bad that you're just taking opportunity from someone else to have these matches, and I don't like that. You're not giving a rub. It almost as if like she's the underdog, which is weird because you're the legend. It's so
that's
weird.
The thing. That's the thing. Okay,
I know I'm gonna send you on a fucking tangent. Listen, I get it.
No, actually, I stopped arguing with people about the Hall of Fame tag because of there's an argument to be made that she did bring an audience at one time or another.
That's fair, but
There's an argument to be made, right? But my thing is that you need to, if that's what you're going to give her credit for being the Hall of Famer, she needs to stay in that lane. She's not a wrestler. She's never been a wrestler. I don't give a shit how many Divas titles she won. She was never a wrestler. Ever. She has pros as opposed to just cons. She's got pros for being in the industry. She brought an audience. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of men and women out there that do like the Bellas. They do. I assume it's for the same reason that there's people out there who eat paste they make words with their alphabet soup and they'll eat bacon straight out of the pan without wiping off the grease. There's people there's a reason we put do not drink on bottles of Head and Shoulders. There's people out there that just enjoy things that they enjoy. So there's a reason for that.
They like what they like.
They like what they like. You can't put her in these positions. You want Nikki Bella to look strong? Put her in the ring with people that are designed for that.
We don't need Nikki Bella to look strong.
There's no other reason to have her on the show.
I don't care how much a fan you are. There's no need for Nikki Bella to look strong. I'm sorry. You're forcing it right now. It's just weird. Let's just get past this.
Let's just call a spade here.
Let's just get past this, please. I hate even like talking shit about it. Like it's just fucking move on.
You can't do it without sounding like a hater.
I know, and I hated it. Like I get it. She's all of Famer.
Yeah.
I'll admit that I'm even just a hypocrite because I didn't watch her era. I don't know what she did for the company. So maybe she is
a lot of this.
Maybe
a lot of this. You're
okay, well, don't tell me that. I'm trying to shoot her some bail because this is terrible. I don't know who is this for. I don't even think there are kids today who want to see this shit.
You know what my wife? I keep saying that phrase over and over, but she watched the whole show with me. That's why she keeps coming up. She said, I remember now, because remember the joke we used to have back in the day that the Divas matches were piss breaks. And she pissed during the match. And she came back, she was like, oh, I did it. I haven't done it in years, but I did it. I took a piss during the match.
And that's a shame that Stephanie's associated with this. And
did you see her face at the end of that match? She's just as upset as you are about that exact fact.
Well, they're starting to see a little bit of a Tiffany effect here. Yeah, they're starting to line her up with some bullshit, and then her run looks crazy.
On this past Monday, Stephanie came out to cut a promo. Nikki interrupted, stating she wanted a rematch, and then Raquel Rodriguez came through the crowd and beat the shit out of Nikki Bella and challenged Stephanie Vacour, and the crowd went nuts. And I don't know if they went nuts because of Raquel or the fact they beat the shit out of Nikki and just threw her out of the ring and just said, no, a real wrestler. You're wrestling me now.
Raquel's been on a tear lately, hasn't she?
She's been awesome. She's figured it out.
Yeah, well, hopefully this works better.
Somebody reminded her that she's bigger and stronger than everybody else, and the confidence is coming back. You can see it.
Now give her time, man. She came off a nasty injury, so let's give her some time.
That's true. The men's War Games is last. And a lot of the criticism that I have for this match, very much like the women, but the women did something a little different. The women, okay, I felt like it was a little animated, a little cartoony, a lot of them oversold. It was just weird for War Games. This match, you used the word earlier that I will 100% tie to this match, and that word was sloppy. This match was all over the goddamn place. First and foremost, they tried to kill Braun Breaker. I don't know why. I don't know whose idea was, you know what? He's the son of a Steiner. We should Doomsday Device him. There's 10 people in that ring, and the only motherfucker that can't get injured is Braun Breaker. And they spun his ass around, and he landed perpendicular like this. He landed like a backslash. He was like this in the air, like this. This is where, by the way, my fingertips are his head. He landed like that on the back of his fucking head. And I screeched out loud, no! Don't do it to his head. Oh my God. It happened later because somebody said, we got Logan Paul here. We should give him a 3D. And just like Braun, when Braun took that bump, I said, I know he's a Steiner. I know he's the son of Rick. No one told this man how to sell a doomsday device. So when I saw the Usos set up 3D, I said, no, nobody told Logan. I guarantee you nobody told Logan. And sure enough, no one told him how to sell that. He went up. A 3D works like this. You go up. You don't come down. You just go up. The person taking the move never goes down. You just go up. And when you go up, the point of the move is to meet Bubba. Bubba and you are supposed to meet like this, like a pyramid. And then he grabs you and brings you down. Logan did this. He took his own 3D. He said, no cutter for you. I'm just going to take a splash, sir. Thank you very much.
Goodness, dude.
And tried to kill Logan Paul. They were all, none of this made any sense at all whatsoever. And then it happened. I don't even want to talk about the rest of the match because what happened right in the middle was all I needed to fucking see. That's it. That is it. I have defended it time and time again. This shit right here. I've defended it. And I'll say this again. I like Jey Uso. I like the entrance. I even like the run it back. I like the run it back too. I'm guilty. It's a guilty pleasure. I hated this. I hate it. I'm moving my fucking furniture. Son of a bitch. I hated everything about this. I hated everything about this. And when I thought it couldn't get worse because I didn't feel like the women took the match seriously. And I was starting to get the vibe at this point the men weren't either. But when he fucking called for that run it back and they did it, and he starts climbing the cage, and he's sitting on the cage, and he's doing the whole thing, and he's going fucking ape shit. It broke my fucking heart for the camera to widen out just to show all the other baby faces doing it with him, including Punk with the chair doing an air guitar. And I paused it, and I left the room. Because if not, I was going to beat my wife. I had to leave. Nobody in the room. There was nobody else in the room with me. I had to leave. I had to go into the other room and just stare at my ceiling for that. And my wife was like, you coming back to watch this shit? In a minute. Just let it play out because I just don't want to see the rest of that part. And then while I'm in the room, I hear Lesnar's music hit. And I was like, I don't even care. It's a done deal. I've defended it. But I can't defend that. Not in the middle. Not in the middle of a fucking War Games match. Not in the middle of a War Games match. No, God damn it. There's the spray. Spray it. No, Jay. Bad Jay.
That's the moneymaker, man. That's what they're going to do. That's what people come to see.
And I said, I'm not opposed to doing it. I don't like it there. At all whatsoever. One of the things that we said on on our live show before this pay-per-view is that normally for these kinds of matches, you'll start to see people pair off and you'll start to see possible storylines splintering off from the matches. The only storyline I could possibly see coming out of the women was AJ and Becky, just based on the way they booked that finish. For the men, it was almost literally the same thing. CM Punk in the ring, Braun Breaker pins Punk to win the War Games. That's going to set them up for a possible title match down the line. Or actually, no. As a matter of fact, they've announced that Braun Breaker will be receiving a title match against CM Punk January 5th on Monday Night Raw, which is ironic because I'm gonna fucking be there. It's in Barclay, so I'm gonna get a chance to see it firsthand. But that's the only thing that came out of the War Games. What else came out of the War Games?
I didn't like the finish.
The who pinned who, or just how they got into all that?
With the whole black hoodie thing, dude. I'm so fucking over the black hoodie thing.
The mask.
Look, you even forgot about it. That's how much.
I didn't. As soon as it happened, I went, "What the fuck is this?"
I saw,
What
and I'm just like, dude, we gotta stop this black hoodie shit, man. We have to stop doing it. It's so fucking annoying now. It's not. There's no surprise. It's either somebody who shouldn't be wearing a hoodie, or it's another Samoan. So when honestly, when I saw, I was like, "Oh, which Samoan is this?" Like it's like a new challenger, right? Like I don't know which one it was.
My thing is this:
when it's
I can tell you who it's not. It ain't Seth Rollins, which is why we see the mask and the black hoodie, all that stuff, and then he does a curb stomp and he leaves. We know it ain't Seth. We know it's not Seth. What was the point of the curb stomp? Did you really believe anybody in that building went, "Oh my God, is that Seth Rollins?" Did they crazy glue his shoulder together that quickly? That's amazing. I didn't know you could recuperate from shoulder surgery that goddamn fast. And they could have lied. And someone on the internet was like, they said, "Well, I know that it doesn't make sense that somebody could recover from a shoulder injury that bad this fast, but they've swerved us once before." That's why I keep telling you, kayfabe is real. The first time they did it, everyone bit, and then they got played. So now everyone goes, it could be though, because they got it at SummerSlam. It ain't. And since you have an inability to keep up, that's what kayfabe is. That's why you don't know. You don't know. I heard so many names. The ones that make people were like, "Is that Chris Jericho?" Chris Jericho wishes he can climb a fence at this stage in his life. There's no fucking way. Everybody was like, no. He climbed up that cage pretty quickly. And then everybody was like, "You know who it could be? With that kind of athleticism, it could be Montez Ford." And I said, I tell you what, if that was Montez Ford, you might as well just take this block right here and just beat me over the fucking head and face. Even if I don't die, I just don't want to feel sensory anymore. I just want to feed me from a tube for the rest of my life. That's straight. Funny. What in the fuck would possibly be the positive to adding Montez Ford into anything that happened at War Games at all whatsoever? For fuck's sake, no.
I don't know.
I'm not even ruling out that it could be. I'm just saying, wow, that would be ridiculously dumb. Because even if you're a huge Montez Ford fan, in my opinion, you don't want that, because that's thrusting him right into a high-profile situation. And if he's just now leaving the tag team, why don't we build the guy? Why don't we create a character? Why don't we give him some strong-ass wins? Why don't we build him up?
And we already tried that. We put him in a high-profile match, and
it didn't fucking work.
Instantly. One and out, that was it.
He decided to go inside the Elimination Chamber and backyard wrestle. That's what ended up happening.
And be a fan, unfortunately.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the men's War Games match?
Dude, we don't need to do that. Let's not do that. I think we both kind of. It was weird. It was. I don't know. It was again.
I didn't even bother looking up ESPN's grade for it.
I actually feel guilty about this recap because I was so uninterested. Like even today, I was like, okay, I got some time. Let me rewatch it. And then when I was literally about to turn it on, I'm like, dude, I don't like. I vaguely remember most of it enough to where like, I really don't want to sit down and fucking watch this again, dude. I just don't. I don't want to do it. The War Games, like if they were 6 single matches, I would have been more inclined to do it than sit through 2 War Games again. I just didn't.
I would have taken that.
I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to do it. So I apologize to the fans.
If there was ever a time to bring back 5-on-5 tag team matches, this was it.
I apologize
This
to
would have been it.
everybody, but you ain't getting a deep dive on me on this, man. This shit was underwhelming for me, except for match two. Match two was absolute fire, and like you said, it was misplaced. It shouldn't have been here. It should have been on a bigger card, better card, but it's what we got. So it is what it is.